So of course, not everything can be equal. If you look at the two angles here that have been marked, those are consecutive because they're on the same side of the transversal and interior to the lines A and B. So if 96 equals 6x minus 30, that wouldn't be anything. That wouldn't tell us that A and B are parallel lines. Instead, what we want, the consecutive interior angles converse, tells us that if those two angles are supplementary, then A will be parallel to B. So when we go to find a value for x that will make these two lines parallel, I'm going to go ahead and do the 6x minus 30 first. We want them to add up to 180. Again, those are my two angle measures, 6x minus 30 and 96. The 180 there, the 180 is coming from the definition of supplementary. The definition of supplementary tells us that two angles measures add up to 180. So slightly more going on here than the previous two examples. We do have some like terms to combine, the negative 30 and the 96. So this will leave us with 6x. We don't have any like terms there, but we can combine the negative 30 and the 96 to get the value 66. And now we just have another two-step equation. So my first step, removing the constant, subtracting 66 from both sides. That will leave us with 6x is 114. And last but not least, divide both sides by 6. Dividing both sides by 6 will leave us with x equals 19. And again, what that 19 is a value of x that makes the two lines parallel. That's our ultimate goal here, is to say that, hey, A and B are parallel because of the consecutive interior angles converse. Let's look at another one. In example 4, taking a look at what we have here, now these are on opposite sides of the transversal. So highlighting that transversal in there, these lines are all pretty close together. The 33 is on the left side, the 7x plus 5 is on the right side. So these are on opposite sides of the transversal. So they're alternate. Outside of the parallel lines makes them exterior. So these need to be equal. The biggest question that people tend to have is, do I want equality or do I want supplementary? Again, it's all about the angles. It's all about the givens. Alternate exterior angles converse says these have to be equal in order for the lines to be parallel. So there we have our equation. Just like the first two examples, very quick, 2 steps. We can subtract off 5, get rid of our constant. That will leave us with 7x equals 28. Dividing both sides by 7. That will leave us with x equals 4. So there we have our first 4 examples. Let's take a look at a few where we actually have expressions with x for both angles. See you soon.